Isn't it funny how when you're a kid, everyone tells you you can be anything you want to be? In fact, the entire world encourages you. But when you're older, suddenly people begin to take your wish to pursue your dreams as a personal insult. Hi, my name is Sammy from the Samotivation Go to Bed Better Than You Woke Up YouTube Life Enhancement channel. And in this video, I will tell you why I decided not to tell any of my close friends and family about this channel. That was actually my experience when I brought this idea of creating a YouTube channel to somebody I consider a close friend and mentor. Instead of supporting me, which is what I expected when I went to him for guidance, he ended up trashing my idea and telling me how it would never work out and giving me a long list of reasons why it would not succeed. I'm not experienced enough, I don't have enough life experience, I have no achievements to show for it, nobody knows who I am, I'm not Joe Rogan, and all these other excuses that were supposed to stop me from creating this channel. And when I had that conversation with him, I realized it's better not to tell any one of my close friends about this. And I'll tell you why in this video. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, thank you so much for all this motivation. This is what I expected to hear from you when I spoke to you. But instead, you just made it 10 times harder for me. It's already hard enough to face my own insecurities and doubts when it comes to this channel, but you just added an extra 20 kilos on my back. Thank you. And after that experience, I decided that I'm not going to tell any of my close friends or family about this channel. Why? Because life has shown me that very often, the closest people in your circle, your family and your own friends, will not support your idea as much as strangers who don't know you will. Not to discredit your family and friends completely, but the support you receive from your own inner circle will often be an exception and not the rule. And that's the very first thing to realize when no one believes in you, is that just because somebody knows you for a long time or even your entire life, it doesn't mean that they'll encourage you and support your idea. In fact, they might do the complete opposite. And ask yourself, why is that? Well, I think it's because they have an image of you in their mind that regardless of how many changes you make to your life or to yourself or how hard you work on yourself, they still see you the same exact way. And they don't like that. Why? Because human beings, we don't like unpredictability and chaos. We prefer certainty and stability and predictability. But your changes or the changes that you're making in your life are a threat to that idea of who you were before. And your wish to change your life for the better creates a feeling of unpredictability and chaos within them, which triggers their fight or flight response. So the purpose of this video is to help you understand why a certain person doesn't want to support your idea. And once you understand the reasons, that's also when it'll become easier for you to do the things that you want to do, regardless of what other people think about it. So ask yourself, why don't they support this idea? Is it because they have genuine concern about you failing, or is it because they actually don't like you? Do they have bad intentions, or is it concern? So some, like family and friends, might try to talk you out of your idea because they genuinely care about you, and one, they don't want to see you disappointed, and number two, it's because they project their own fears and insecurities onto you. So they imagine themselves in your shoes and how they would feel if they failed and did not reach their goal. And then there are those who genuinely want to see you fail. Nothing gives them more pleasure than seeing other people fail, because deep down, they are a nobody, and they know it. They're not sexy and they know it. These people are malicious, and they either realize it or they might not. But it really doesn't matter because the effect is the same. They're going to try to talk you out of your purpose and your goal. And they'll do this by either masking their intentions by how much they care about you, or by being a hater and being downright nasty and using your insecurities against you. These people are extremely dangerous because they actually want to see you fail. But why is that? Why would someone want to see another person fail? Because your determination, your drive, your perseverance, and your ambitions shed light on this person's own insecurities, on their failures, on their disappointments in life. And anytime you talk about how much you want to achieve your goal or how hard you're working towards it, you make them feel bad about themselves and you remind them of all their failures. You may not be super close to them, but they'll still try to rob you of any enthusiasm you have towards your goal. They begin to trash you and your ideas, either in front of you or behind your back. If this upsets you, use this extra fuel or momentum to push you towards your goal. And do it regardless of what other people think. Now, back to my point about why I decided not to tell my family and friends about this YouTube channel. Because I saw a correlation between my current social circle and my comfort zone. And everything that I want, the success, the impact on other people, the desire to improve other people's lives, it doesn't really fall within my current social circle, except within some specific people who I consider very close friends and very close to my heart. But for the rest of the people who are not supporting my goal, they fall into this comfort zone and hence social circle where my goals do not coincide with. And frankly, if people are not growing with you and they're not supporting your idea, then you should try to reevaluate or try to see what their relationship with you actually is. And I'm not saying to get rid of people in your life just because they don't support your idea, but I am saying that maybe their opinion is not very useful in your pursuit towards your goals. Billionaire real estate mogul Grant Cardone says, "Strangers have everything that you need," and he's right, so keep that in mind. So if someone doesn't support your goal, ask them, "Why don't you support my goal? You know how badly I want this." And if they're genuinely concerned about you, thank them for their concern. Say, "Thank you so much for being concerned for me, but you know this is something that I'd really like to do, and I'd really appreciate your support with whatever I'm trying to achieve." And let them know that you're going to go for this goal regardless of what they think. And some people may say all this to you as if they're genuinely concerned. But ask yourself one thing. If somebody's genuinely concerned about you, wouldn't they support your goal and your ideas? And for some, it's not really malicious feelings or animosity that they have towards you. But like I said earlier, it just points towards their own insecurities and their own failures in life. So they might not necessarily be bad people, but you make them feel bad about themselves by pursuing your goals. Now for the third type of people. If they hate on you, smack them right in the face. Actually, no, I'm kidding. I condemn any form of violence. I'm against all that stuff. But metaphorically speaking, let your success, your determination, and the manifestation of your goals smack them in the face. And trust me, life and karma will catch up to them at some point. And when you begin to realize why people behave a certain way, you'll often see that it has nothing to do with you. It's all about them and their own insecurities and the prism through which they see the world and themselves. And they're just trying to make themselves feel better by making you the bad guy. So you should feel sorry for these people. And finally, regardless of these people's motivations or their intentions, do it anyway. This is your life, your own time on the planet, and you should do with it whatever your heart desires. But I'm talking about good things, like working towards your goals, not nonsensical, harmful things to your health and other people. This is your life and no one else's. And think about this for a second. If you were in a situation where you actually needed help, where, God forbid, you're in hospital and you're sick, where you don't have enough money to pay your rent, when you're starving and you have no food, would these people who don't support your idea be there for you? Will they even care to ask about how you're doing or if you need a helping hand? Most likely not. So their opinion doesn't matter at all. Run with full force towards your goals and make them a reality. Have you had a situation where no one believed in you, where they decided, "I'm not going to support this person's goals"? Tell me about it. I'd love to hear about it in the comments. I hope you found this video useful. This was Sami signing off.